So it's been about a week since I made the vlog, I Miss Old YouTube, and me and Abba Zabba was going through some of the comments, and I thought this would be a great time to read some of them and answer a lot of y'all's questions and respond to some of the feedback. Yeah, so if you missed that video, I basically talked about and reminisced on how YouTube feels a lot different nowadays, you know? The vibe around gaming just feels... it's not the same, right? It's not the same. And I asked y'all some questions like, do y'all like collab videos, solo videos? And a lot of y'all responded with tons of advice, so maybe now's a good time to look at it. I also brought up how my collab videos do so much worse than my solo videos by a large margin. And I think I put a lot of fear into you guys on that one. Don't worry, I'm not leaving the collab group or anything like that. Things are basically gonna stay exactly the same over here. But also in that video, I asked, what do you guys prefer more? The collab videos, which do really bad for me, or the solo videos, which are doing so much better for me? And surprisingly, most people said they enjoy the collabs more, which is confusing because you think if people enjoyed the collabs more, then the collab videos would be the ones doing better. So about the collab videos doing worse, I think this guy Bear the Beast 5917 sums it up pretty good, and it's actually something I've been thinking of for a long time. But let's go ahead and read his comment real quick. He says, I think it's less of a noise thing and more of a repetition thing. Not that your videos are repetitive, but like when we watch one of y'all's videos, we basically see the video itself. So we don't really go and watch other creators' videos. Basically saying me, Komodo, and Spycakes, when we collab, we're all releasing the same exact video, right? If it's a Gary's Mod Hide and Seek, well, it's gonna be on my channel, Komodo's channel, and Spycake's channel. So wouldn't you naturally just pick your favorite creator and watch their perspective and then just ignore the other two? Which makes sense, right? We all have a finite amount of time per day. Like, I can't ask you guys to watch my FNAF video in Gary's Mod and then go watch basically the same exact FNAF video in Gary's Mod on Spycakes' channel and then do it again on Komodo's channel. I feel like that'd be very rude of me. Your time is the most precious thing that you have, and I absolutely don't want to waste it. And I don't think anyone should be watching the same video 3 times just to support their favorite creators. And this is actually a problem we tried to solve maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, where we were all gonna do Gary's Mod on the same day. We were all gonna collab, but we were gonna do 3 different collabs on that day. So for example, if we all wanted to collab, we would do one collab for me. And the only way to see that video would be on my channel. Then we would do a totally different video for Spycake's collab, and then a totally different one for Komodo's collab. We tried it for a while, and it did work really, really well. The problem that we ran into was we basically tripled our recording time, and not just the recording time, but coming up with ideas time as well. Now, I know some of the videos that you see on my channel do look like they've been whipped up really super fast and then it's thrown onto YouTube, get the views and get out. And sometimes it is like that. The Brick Rigs me and Komodo did like a week ago. That was kind of like in and out kind of situation. You know, there wasn't much thought into it. We just went in there, we had fun, and that was it. But for a lot of these Gary's Mod videos, there is a lot more time put into them. Not just the recording and editing part, but just like coming up with the idea part. You know, you got to make sure you got the right mods. You got to make sure the mods are going to work. You got to make sure you have the right map. You got to have some kind of story or plot going into them. And when we all tried to do, you know, 3 different collabs per day, you know, instead of doing, what, 7 videos a week, all of a sudden now we're doing 21 videos a week. And like, it quickly became like unsustainable for us, really. But it's a great idea. That's great feedback. Thank you for the comment. I'm gonna talk to Spy and Komodo about it just to see how they feel. Maybe that's something we can do going forward. Essentially just means I got to do a little bit more work, but y'all are gonna get more newer, fresh content if it's something they all agree to do. Mitchell says, YouTube really is not the same. In my view, it's turned into a mass production carbon copy machine that wants you to stay in your lane, and that's not what it used to be. A viral video is really a thing of the past. You know, YouTube's always kind of been that way though, right? It's a lot more strict now, but back in the day, it was always like that back in the day. When I started Brick Rigs and my channel started to really blow up, my Brick Rigs videos would get 100, 200, 300K views, right, per video. And then if I tried something new, like if I played Roblox on side of it, the Roblox would get like 600 views instead of 100,000 views like Brick Rigs. So it's always kind of been like that. I was always able to sneak in like new games though. Like when Stormworks came out, we did that and that did really well alongside Brick Rigs. we were able to add Gary's mod to the mix. And I found out that I'm not stuck in a single game. I'm more stuck in a single genre. And what I ended up learning is that as long as the game had the ability to create a story inside of it, like I can create self-contained little stories, like my little Gmod horror stories, or like the scary Stormworks videos that we do, or the little single player Wobbly Life modded stories. If I can create a little story inside of the game, then the game is usually going to stick around on the channel for a long time, because I can basically do whatever I want inside of the game. And I always felt like that helps keep that game alive. But then there's other games that are like story games, right? Like I Am Fish, right? I can't really do much in that game aside from just play through I Am Fish. And after I beat it from level 1 to the end of the game, there's really not much else I can do in that. Gray Still Plays is someone that I used to talk to all the time about YouTube. He's very knowledgeable on YouTube and the algorithm, and he always seems to know what's going on with YouTube. And something he told me a long time ago was to look at the game like a canvas, okay? So like I'm not playing the game to play the game. I'm using the game as a canvas to do what I want to do in the game. Like let's take Minecraft for example, right? I could do a let's play traditional styled video series on it, right? Part 1, you know, I'm chopping down trees, I'm building a house. Part 2, I'm heading into the mines. Part 3, I find diamonds, so on and so forth. Or instead, I can bring some mods into the mix and do like a very short self-contained story that can be finished in that one video. And then the next video would be a completely different story. So every video is kind of like new and fresh and exciting. Whereas, you know, eventually I'll get up to part 50 of Minecraft, and the only way to even know what's going on would be to watch parts 1 through 50. Yeah. I think Gray Still Plays is right on that one. Mitchell, by the way, thank you for the comment, buddy. Appreciate it. So I had a comment up and my page refreshed and now I can't find it. But basically it said that my audience grew up and I didn't grow up with my audience, and that I should consider adding more swear words to my videos. I'm gonna be honest with this one. I do half agree with it, but I also half disagree with it. Like, yes, I don't think I grew up quick enough with my audience, right? I still do the same exact family-friendly videos and stuff like that. When it comes to the swearing part on it though, like, I don't think that should dictate whether a video is kid-friendly or for adults, right? Like even on my second channel, Darkob, I play some pretty gory games, and those games do contain swear words, but if you watch that channel, you would know that I never say bad words. And there are 2 reasons for that, right? One, I just don't like doing it. I just don't want to start, you know, screaming profanity at my screen every time something exciting or scary happens. Like, it's just not me. That's not my go-to reaction. And number 2, I always try to consider like, okay, what if you're at the airport or a restaurant or something and you're watching me on your phone? Because some people do that, right? And they have the volume up and they just listen, and all of a sudden, you know, I start screaming curse words, and then their phone's blaring in a public place, but there might be children around or something like that. And I don't know. I feel like if I started to curse on my channel, I feel like I would be forcing it and the reactions would just become fake, because like I said, it's not really my go-to thing. Like I just don't do it, and I don't really think about it too often. I mean, I watch a ton of different horror YouTube channels. Some of them curse in it, some of them don't. But I never look at them and say, oh, he's saying bad words. That's mature content. I'm going to watch this guy because he caters to adults. Like, what about 8-Bit Ryan, right? He doesn't curse. I don't think he curses. And I wouldn't consider his channel to be kid-friendly. I would say it's a good mix, right? It's both for older people, but kids can also enjoy it as well. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Y'all can let me know in the comments, but I don't have the need or want to start swearing in videos. Like I just don't want to do it. Glorp the Destroyer says, I gotta say, I kind of miss House Flipper too. Seeing you make every house look like a McDonald's play place was so fun. So I don't know if y'all remember, I had to make a whole video on this topic. This was like months ago or something. In House Flipper 2, we would start every video with me breaking down Komodo's wall and saying open concept. And that caused such a backlash in all our comment sections, and there was like a little petition sign to kick me out of the group because I was ruining Komodo's video. I was ruining ruining his house and all this all this crazy nonsense, right? So I was like, whoa, you know, I'm not trying to ruin anyone's video, and I'm definitely not trying to ruin his hard work. And I showed him the video back then that, you know, the intros were scripted. Komodo knew I was going to do that. And in some cases, he would ask me to do that because we both thought it'd be really funny. But the backlash was so intense against me personally that I was like, okay, no more open concept. No more open concept. And then I started to take these videos a little bit more seriously. I was putting like a lot of effort into the houses. I was trying to make them not look like McDonald's play places, right? I was trying to put like effort into it to make it look like a really good house. And what happened was me and Komodo just got bored. The videos didn't feel as funny or carefree. I listened to the comment section, right? Which is sometimes a good thing to do. Like I'm listening to you guys right now, but it can also be kind of a bad thing too, right? Sometimes the noise is so loud that you pick up on the wrong comment, right? And I think this is a pretty big me problem, right? Sometimes I will see the majority of comments tend to lean in a certain direction. And then in my mind, I'm like, okay, this is what the audience wants. This is what the viewers want. Let me go in that direction. And when I head in that direction, things start to spiral downward in a negative way because sometimes they're wrong. What I should have done a long time ago, and even to this day, is I should look at the comments section as guidance, but not as the rule, right? Just because someone says I need to do something does not mean I need to do that. And I know that, but it does play a little bit of a role in how I do release content. I need to be able to separate what's nonsense comments and what's like very helpful and real comments. And because they do get mixed together a lot. They do. Right? I feel like I'm rambling a little bit on this topic because I don't know how to put it into words properly. I remember back in the day in BeamNG Drive, right? Long time ago in BeamNG Drive and Brick Rigs, I used to always cheat in races and I would be a little menace. I would crash their cars on purpose and it was just, we were all just giggling and having fun, right? And the videos were doing really well. Everyone liked that style. But over time, comments started pushing in on SpyCake's channel, Komodo's channel, and my channel, saying how I'm ruining their videos. I'm just, you know, I'm just being mean in the videos by crashing them and cheating and all this stuff. So you probably noticed that I don't really do that much stuff anymore. Whenever I crash into Komodo Gaming in BeamNG, I always apologize now. I'm sorry. Sorry, Komodo, I did not mean to do that. That's not on me. That's my reaction now to trying to stop people from backlashing and saying that I'm doing it on purpose, right? But why am I doing that? I don't know. I don't know why I'm doing that. I shouldn't care if 20 people in the comment section get mad at me for running into Komodo, right? I should just do it because if it makes our videos better, then I do it. If it's an accident, which 99% of the times when I bump into Komodo and BeamNG, it is legitimately an accident. But now I feel like I need to say sorry every single time so the community doesn't get mad at me. Yeah, I feel like that's stupid on my end. I should run Komodo off a cliff. I'm going to do that. But I think y'all get the point of what I'm trying to say. Sometimes I let the comment section get into my head and I make decisions that aren't necessarily good for the channel all the time. So yeah. Another thing I see a lot of is, Obi, you're so bad at games. Why do you, like, in Gary's Mod Hide and Seek, if I start as the killer, sometimes I'll see Komodo or SpyCakes out the corner of my eye and purposely ignore them and pretend like I didn't see them. And a lot of people call me out for that, saying, Obi, that's stupid. Why are you doing that? You know, they were right there. Why didn't you kill them in the game? There's actually a reason for that. You see, what me and SpyCakes found out using our analytics is that when I'm the seeker and I start the round, right? The moment I kill both SpyCakes and Komodo and that round ends, 30% of viewers leave after the first round. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, if I'm going to lose 30% of my viewers in the first 2 minutes of the video because I ended the round early, what if I just don't see them and make the round longer? And you know what? It actually works. Yeah, instead of 30% of my audience leaving in the first 2 minutes after I kill Spy and Komodo, I just won't kill them till the 7-minute mark, buddy. It's a little sneaky on my end, but it is working and it does help the videos do better now. You know, I'm going through the comments right now, trying to find something that I can respond to properly, make like a little topic on. Man, though, everyone's being so nice. I'm getting a little teary-eyed over here. I need to calm down. I just wanted to say you look nothing like I imagined. And that's awesome. How did you imagine I look, buddy? Like a 5-year-old buddy? You know, something else I don't really do too often anymore is I don't try to race other YouTubers like I used to. Like if there's a massive update coming for a game that I know is going to do well on my channel, then yeah, I'll try to get it out ASAP. Like literally the second I'm allowed to release it, I'll try to release it. But I don't do that as much as I used to with like new games. For example, back in the day when Silent Hill 2 came out on Darko, right, my second channel, it came out, I think it was like 10 p.m. at night for me. And I remember I was sitting here, me and my 4 friends, y'all don't know them. They're not Spy Cakes or Komodo or anything like that, but we were all playing Marvel Rivals. We were grinding ranked, right? We just hit Grandmaster and we were pushing to the top of the leaderboard. We were feeling pretty good. And I saw that Silent Hill 2 released, right? If you buy the early access one, you can play it early. And I was like, I have a decision to make now. Do I want to hang out with the boys and just have a really good night? Or do I hang up the call and like, guys, I gotta go. Silent Hill 2 just released and I want to try to be the first YouTuber to release it. I look back at it now and it was stupid of me, but I did hang up the call and I was one of the first YouTubers to release Silent Hill 2, right? And it did okay for me. It did okay for Darko. It wasn't anything like massive or explosive or anything, but it did better than I thought it would do. But it, you know, it did come out at 10 p.m. And in the back of my head, I'm like, okay, so let me think about this logically, right? I can be the first YouTuber to do it, but I got to do this smart because I already know in my mind, you know, 8-Bit Ryan or InSim or other horror YouTubers, Fooster or something is going to release, or maybe Fusion Z, they're going to release probably 10 episodes on day 1, or they're going to release some massive mega 10-hour long video that wraps up the entire game the moment it releases. So I had to make a decision. Buy the game. It's 10 p.m. Stay up till probably 2 a.m. recording it, and then probably edit it down into a concise video, which will probably take another 2 to 3 hours because I have to watch through the entire footage again. And that's what I did, right? I bought the game, stayed up to 2 recording it, stayed up to 4 editing it, stayed up to 5 making a thumbnail for it, uploaded it ASAP, went to bed, woke up to some pretty good views on it. But in my head, I'm thinking, was this worth it? Like, is this how every new game's gonna be going forward, where I'm just up to like 5, 6 a.m. pumping out edits and thumbnails? That was the single series that almost caused me to quit Darko. Because I remember episode 1 did good, episode 2 did pretty good, episode 3 did kind of bad, then 4 did even worse, 5 did even worse. And then I was like, you know what, I gotta wrap this up. This series is heading down to like no views at all. Let's just do one big 4-hour long final video. But I remember trying to get these Silent Hill 2 videos out in time and to keep up with all the other YouTubers it burnt me out very hard. And I remember I was telling my wife, I was like, I don't even think this is worth it anymore. Like, I don't want to be doing this. I don't want to do this style. Yeah, so I almost quit Darko over that one single series. And as you probably noticed, Silent Hill F recently came out, and if you're subscribed to Darko, I didn't play that. I didn't play it at all. Instead, what I did was I bought it. Okay, I bought it, and me and my wife sat on my sofa in the living room on the big screen TV, and we played it down there. I didn't post anything about it on YouTube. I didn't make any videos on it. I just played it because me and my wife wanted to play that one together. I got to the point where I no longer want to race other YouTubers. I just don't want to do it. Like, sure, if like a new Wobbly Life update comes out, yeah, I'm going to be one of the first to post on it because that's just something I really enjoy. And those videos don't take hours to make, right? But the race to these big AAA games, like, man, it's exhausting and they'll burn you out and they'll ruin your mental and your mood if things don't go right. If I were to release that Silent Hill 2 video and it was like the worst video on the channel, I would have probably lost it. Okay, in my head, I'm trying to picture how long this video is going to be. I really have no idea. It says I've been recording for 55 minutes. Do I need to stop talking? it shot up from 6 or 7 million. Is this meme ever going to die? You know, another thing I do in my videos, and I realized that I was doing it while I was making my last vlog, is I'll repeat the same thing over and over again, right? Like in that last vlog, I said, I think at 4 different points in the video, I said, don't worry guys, me and Spy Cakes are still best friends. Me, Komodo, and Spy are still gonna collab. And I kept saying it over and over again because I knew in my mind that when this video, when that video released, that the comment section was gonna be freaking out saying, Obi's quitting the collabs. He's no longer friends with Spy Cakes. And sure enough, that is happening on that video. There's a lot of freaking out going down in the comments section thinking me and Spy are no longer friends and that I'm quitting the collabs. And that's why I kind of repeat myself a lot to try to reiterate, that is not the word, OB. Just to try and make people understand, like, I'm not quitting the collabs. We're still best friends. But as I'm sitting here recording this one and I'm reading the comments, I'm starting to realize, like, it doesn't matter what I say. It's more like not what I say, but what I do, right? Like, if I say I'm not quitting the collabs and people freak out and say and think I am quitting the collabs, I mean, it doesn't matter because I'm not. I mean, my next video the next day is just one with me, Spy Cakes, and Komodo anyway. So maybe that's something I should change as well. Maybe I should stop trying to repeat myself and hammer the point home and just let my actions show what's really going on. I do get that fear though. You know, Jelly, Slogo, Craner, if you don't know who they are, they were basically me, Spy Cakes, and Komodo, but way bigger, right? As we're in like the 2 to 4 million subscriber range, they're in the 20 million subscriber range. So way bigger. And for a lot of people that watched our channels, they would always tell me about Jelly and Slogo and Craner and what they're doing. So I think there was a lot of community mixed together there, right? People would watch us and then them. And I think I see why a lot of people are freaking out that me, Spy Cakes, and Komodo might break up. Because if you don't know, Jelly ended up leaving their group, right? And their group has fallen apart. They've had new members come in, new members leave over and over again. But if a group of that magnitude, a group of that size could one day break up, then surely a group that's me, Komodo, and Spy's size could break up, right? But not necessarily. Because I think what me, Komodo, and Spy have done has been very, very, very smart. Whereas we literally check in on each other every single day. Even the days we don't collab, we're still talking to each other almost all throughout the day. I think communication is a massive part of keeping a friend group alive, right? And I think that's something me, Spy, and Komodo have done very, very well at, is just keeping the communication alive and just always trying to stay positive. And if one of us is having a bad day, we always try to cheer that person up somehow. Yeah, like this comment right here. Please do not stop collab videos. I really enjoy your BeamNG videos with Komodo and Spy Cakes. And even, you know, in the video he's commenting on, I said like 4 times in the video that I'm not going to stop the collab. So that's something we're going to work on. OB, remember the rule. Let your actions speak louder than your words. Mr. Pee Pee Poo Poo Goo Goo Gaga Man is pretty cool if you ask me. Hey, I think so too, but when I release those videos, the comment section is, Obi, stop making these videos. Stop with the babies. But they do so good. They do so good, so I keep doing them. Such a weird thing to be stuck in. Babies. I'm a babies channel. Not that you guys are babies. Obi, no, you said that last video. Don't repeat yourself. Stop it. Something that I see a lot in the comment section, not just on this vlog video that I'm looking at, but on the entire channel is, OB, I don't really watch anymore because you stopped doing the Gmod hide and seek videos, which is odd because I've always done 1 a week, sometimes 2 a week. It's been going on like that for a couple of years now, so I don't really know how to solve that problem, but it is on my mind. It definitely means that YouTube just doesn't push out my Gmod slashers to the people who potentially want to see them. Abba Zabba, where you going, bud? Yeah, that's always been the most frustrating thing for me on YouTube. Buddy, get your butt out of my face. Like, you release a Brick Rigs video, and then a day later, you'll get like 30 comments. Obi, how come you don't play Brick Rigs anymore? And it's like, what? I just did, dude. Just look at the channel. It's right there. Okay. I've been talking for an hour and 25 minutes. I'm gonna try to cut this video up so it makes sense and that it's not that long. Ain't nobody got time for that long video, Abba Zabba. Ain't no, oh snaps. I tried not bringing in my usual OB loudness and crazy energy. And I just wanted to have a conversation with you guys and let you know some of my thoughts in response to some of the very nice comments that I got in this video. I find that the more I do these types of videos, the more I enjoy them. Right? Because I'm not focused on the game. I'm focused on y'all, right? I can like sit here and just talk to you guys like we're in the same room almost. Uh-oh, my eyes are getting runny and my nose is starting to itch. I think I got some kind of cat allergy going on. But the takeaway here is I'm not going to really be changing much at all. I might change a little bit here and there. You might also notice my profile picture change eventually. I lost a bet to Komodo in Phasmophobia. So I might have to change my profile picture for a little bit. We'll see. But I'm still going to do the collabs, okay? I'm still friends with Komodo and Spy. Obi, don't repeat yourself. And I'm still going to do my solo videos. But I think going forward, I'm going to try to separate what's good comments and bad comments. The open concept one, people freaking out and wanting to kick me out of the group, that's something I should have completely ignored. It was just so overwhelming to me because I never had that kind of backlash before. You know, the 10 years or whatever I've been doing YouTube, I've never had a petition of people wanting to kick me from the group. So I think I responded a little too quickly on that one. And honestly, I should have just flat out ignored it. But hey, lessons learned, right? Anyways, thank y'all for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Let me know what you thought about this type of vlog, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.